guys, so at the first tournament I did end up losing all three of my matches. So I lost the first match 6-0, 6-0, the second match 6-1, 6-1, and the third match 6-3, 6-3. What that means for me is that I was officially the worst player at that tournament, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There were a lot of good players, although none of the people I ended up losing to actually did particularly amazing at the tournament either. So I believe the person I lost to in the first round made it to the quarterfinals before he lost. And I believe in the consolation bracket, the guy I lost to made it to the finals. So I realized that straight showing you guys tournament footage wouldn't exactly be particularly interesting, especially since I don't play professionally. So I may add a couple clips in to emphasize a couple points, but I definitely won't have a significant amount of tournament footage in the main body of this video. I may put some towards the end, put some highlights for you guys to see, and if you want I can upload a full video of all the tournament footage later on if you'd like. So being the worst person at the tournament wasn't a total loss. There are some definitive lessons that I can take away. So I think with this video, instead of showing you tournament footage, I'm going to pick a topic from this and run with it. So the topic I decided to go with this week is the 5 things I learned from being the worst person at this tournament. So top thing on the list is obvious. It's what specific things that I need to work on in order to improve my tennis game. That might sound a little simple, but it really takes quite a bit of self-analysis, or in my case, filming, to really come up with those things. So for me, biggest thing that I learned was unforced errors are the key. So almost every point I lost was an unforced error. It was me hitting a shot I shouldn't be trying to hit, or failing to hit a shot I really should hit. There wasn't, my opponents hit quite a few really good shots, but they were nothing that really should have forced me to produce an error. So number 2 on the list is what strategies work really well for me when I'm playing different kinds of players. So stepping back and really thinking about it, I'm able to come up with different strategies that were working against some people versus others. For example, I played someone who was very slow, so just making them move even a slight amount side to side was enough to really throw a point in my favor. But despite that, I still ended up losing to him. But it at least provides a good insight against what type of players, or what type of things I can do to different types of players. So the third thing, and arguably one of the most important things, is that it was able to shatter any delusions I had about my strengths. So for me, the parts of my game that I always thought were my strongest were my serves and my volleys. But again, stepping back and looking at it, I was able to see that I didn't win a whole lot of points just through excellent serves. And with my volleys, I was actually missing quite a few, and they really kind of didn't help set up the point very much at all. I can't tell if it was technique thing with my volleys, or whether it was a strategy thing, like I wasn't using them to the best of my ability, or to an particular end goal that was helping with an overall strategy. But being able to see that, I'm able to now develop other parts of my game, and because now I know that I can't just focus on any of those things, which you really shouldn't to begin with. But I really enjoyed serving, and I really enjoyed volleying, so that's most of what I would end up doing. But now I need to really focus on developing ground strokes and mid-court shots, and different types of shots within those groups. Another thing I was able to learn is that I am able to see what kinds of strategies work really well against me. What that'll provide me with is I'll be able to kind of pick out some players that I know I have those similar types of strategies, and I'll be able to play against them and hopefully build up some defenses against these strategies that work very well against me, and turn some of those weaknesses into at least something I'm able to combat at least a little. And number 5, and arguably another one of the major ones, is how important it is to remain calm and to not be frustrated. There was one point that afterwards I hit an unforced error, I believe, and I threw my racket at the ground. And it was incredibly frustrating after that, and the points after that you could definitely tell were just not great. I was too frustrated to really focus on a strategy and to overcome my opponent. So those are the 5 things that I learned by being the worst at the tournament. So despite losing, I had a lot of fun. The guys that I played with were amazing to talk to, they were amazing to hit with, and they were able to make me laugh quite a lot. So I don't regret going to this tournament at all. The whole experience was really great. The guy who was running the tournament was really nice, and he was very supportive. So with that, I think I'm going to show you some of the highlights, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you out there on the courts.
It'll so it's either going to shut off because of the battery, or it's got 9 minutes. You have to sit here and watch it. Did you recharge the battery that was in multiple times so you could work on it?
Oh, nice shot.